What is it that knows my experience? Really sink into this knowing. This awareness. What is it that knows this experience? That's what I was searching for. Myself, the one dreaming this, the one hearing this voice, the one perceiving these sensations. That which we already are, can't become or attain. That which is all there is. God's being, infinite being, your being. And so just resting, just relaxing into yourself. Which there's no path to, because you can't separate from yourself to have a path. You just already are. I am. That which we refer to as I is the absolute, is what's dreaming this, is what's imagining the sound of this voice. Is dreaming itself as experience so that you can experience yourself. That which we refer to as I has no body, has no characteristics, no qualities, is infinite, unmanifest. This essential being that we are, that's unchanging and is always here, despite the changing thoughts and perceptions and feelings and sensations. So, resting as this infinite mind that you are, this infinite consciousness, it's so obvious that everything is formless, infinite consciousness. Everything you see and interact with is yourself as this one infinite mind, non-physical. So infinite consciousness that we are is formless, unqualified, dimensionless, timeless, unmanifest, empty potential. This empty, pure awareness. Non-objective. Can't experience itself because it can only be itself. So for you to experience yourself as manifest, you would have to appear or hallucinate standing apart from yourself in a subject-object relationship, because pure consciousness alone is formless, unmanifest, infinite, doesn't know anything, because there's no thing to know. There's no object to be aware of. So pure consciousness alone, what you are alone, has no knowledge. Consciousness knows nothing by itself. It's all alone, no qualities to experience. Singular. So you can only be that. You can't experience it because you're not objective. You're pure subjectivity, all alone. So to know something, you'd have to imagine projecting and appearing in your own mind, appearing both as a subject and an object to yourself, to see yourself as the universe, to perceive yourself as manifest. So to dream what you're not, to recognize what you are, and through this projection of what you're not as finite, as qualities, as manifestation, you realize yourself as infinite, unqualified, unmanifest, the one dreaming this. And recognizing this, waking up from the dream, consciousness sees itself as the one dreaming. It's not the character in the dream that wakes up, it's the one dreaming. Dissolves the subject object perspective. Just like in the dream at night, where you fall asleep and forget yourself as the mind and appear to localize yourself in your own mind, in your own dream, laying on the beach with friends and people in a world. And then upon waking, you realize you were the beach, you were the world, you were the people. It was all your mind, it was all your consciousness, it was all a projection. You dreaming yourself, localizing yourself in your own mind. And that's how you can appear manifest to yourself as infinite consciousness. Because how else could you? You're unmanifest. You don't have qualities. There's nothing finite in you for you to experience. So, in order for consciousness to experience itself manifest, it dreams or imagines itself as both the subject and the object, appears to localize itself in its own imagination, looking at itself as the universe. Through perception, experiencing and perceiving itself as a manifest world of qualities and forms. So, just like waking up from the dream at night, you realize the whole world and all the people were you, and you were dreaming. It was all a mental hallucination, which is perceived through the interface, like a VR headset of the five senses. So, all it is mental sense perception. All it is awareness. When you really contemplate and investigate your experience, what is really being experienced, you realize you're not really coming in contact with a physical world or of outside matter, that all matter is perception. All matter is the senses, is awareness, sensing. There are no physical objects. There are no objects. When you really hone into what you're experiencing, even being aware of the sound of this voice, try separating awareness from the sound of this voice. The sound of this voice is awareness. All there is awareness. You can't distinguish. All there is the knowing of my experience. And there's no object to be known when you really investigate. There is no objective experience. There's just knowing, awareness. When you contemplate any experience, that's all you're coming in contact with is yourself as awareness. So being intimately aware of your experience. All there is seamless. knowing, beyond intimacy, pure being. There is no subject object. You can't separate awareness from what you're aware of. And there is no aware of. There's no it to be aware of. There's just awareness. So you'll notice that the awareness that you are is pervading and permeating all experience, appearing as experience. So you're modulating yourself as awareness. Awareness is modulating itself in these sounds, textures, feelings, sensations, thoughts, tastes. Everything seen is you as awareness. So everything you experience is made of you, is yourself, interacting with yourself, dreaming yourself as everything. Have you ever experienced anything other than the knowing of experience? Really investigate. So there's no knowing of an it or an object, just the knowing of knowing itself. So when knowing turns its knowing upon itself and sinks its attention deeper as the source of its own knowing, being aware of being aware, all that can be found is its eternal nature, which is revealed only to itself as knowing. It's recognized that the knowing that knows experience is indeed infinite, eternal consciousness, and everything that is experienced is made of this knowing alone. So the tantric quality of this is being everything. Everything I experienced is everything I experience is made of myself. I'm making love to myself through every thought, every sensation, every perception, every feeling. It's not separate from me. It is me. So yeah, um, it's amazing how contemplation and investigation, the illusion cannot hold up at all. And it's funny how I was just assuming or believing these ideas and concepts, and I didn't really question them. But when I questioned them, the thoughts and concepts did not match my experience. And all you can know is your experience. And the experience reveals everything when you really hone into the experience. It's not what the idea or the thought referred to. There's not just the experience of pure being without thought. You reveal yourself to yourself and you precede the mind. You're the source of the mind. So you can't find yourself in a concept or an object. You're non objective. You're the one experiencing, the one knowing, the one hearing this voice that isn't the body or the character, but is aware, dreaming the body and the character. So my best friend had this awesome fortune cookie. It's like the best one ever, and she gave it to me. It says, "The one who recognizes the illusion does not act as if it is real." That's pretty amazing because the thoughts and ideas about experience don't match the actual experience. Like, for example, the idea or thought, I am a body, isn't my experience. You don't experience a body ever. You don't experience anything physical or objective. When you close your eyes and you're aware of what you call a body without thought, without idea about it, all there is a bundle of random sensations appearing in empty awareness space. You can't even tell where it's located. So when you investigate these things, everything falls apart. There is no body. You don't actually experience a body. You just assumed that or believed it. And when I realized that, I was like, holy shit, I can't believe I didn't question this. I just, my parents told me I was a body and I just went with it. And then the idea there's an outside world that's always continuous, it's always there, made of matter. You've never experienced that at all. The world is just sense perception, seeing, tasting, touching, hearing, smelling, which changes. It appears and disappears. It's not always there. It's just perception, which is mental, which is awareness. So there never has been a world that I've come in contact with of things. So when you trace it back to what's really happening, what's really being experienced, it all falls apart. What appears and disappears is intermittent. So like the world, what I called a world, it's just the senses, sense perception changing and appearing and disappearing, and is not always there, is not continuous. It's mental, imagined. But what's always there is what's imagining this, what's sensing this, what's aware of this, always remains. The same I that I was referring to when I was 7 is the same I right now, but it's not what I thought it was. I was getting it mixed up with the body and the character. But the body and the character was changing, appearing and disappearing. But I always remained. This aliveness, this pure consciousness, this pure beingness that we are is the I that we refer to, which is eternal. It never dies. It never has a beginning or end. It's the pure formless consciousness from which the bodies, which are formless consciousness, appear and disappear. So there is nothing physical. There is no physical body. So another idea is I am limited to my thoughts. I am my thoughts. But that's not my experience. Even if you close your eyes right now and you have a thought, even one word, watch it appear and disappear within you as pure consciousness. And you remain the I that is aware, that's unchanging, that's always here. So if I'm aware of my thoughts, I can't be my thoughts. I'm the limitless awareness that knows thoughts. So then there's the idea I am limited to and am my perception. I don't experience that. When you investigate, you'll see that the perception changes, but I remain the same awareness that knows the mind is prior to the mind. You are the source of the mind, the source of the world. It can't appear without you being aware of it. We have an idea or thought of a continuous world in a continuous body, but that thought doesn't match our experience. So it's interesting how when you recognize this, when it just becomes really obvious how um, the thoughts, the perceptions, and the feelings change. You shift perspective. You're not kind of like when you're wearing the VR headset, you remember that you're not the avatar in the headset, you're the mind wearing the headset that's perceiving the elicited sensations. It's not in the VR. It's not, so you're not the body, you're not the character. So consciousness sees itself, the one dreamingness, wakes up from the dream and sees itself. And then the thoughts appear to change to match that reality, that are consistent in alignment with being the absolute, being the one dreamingness, and seeing it for what it is, seeing that this dream is formless. This world is formless. It's an hallucination of my mind. I'm dreaming this. It's not separate from me. It is me. So imagine how different the thoughts are, because all the thoughts were based on I'm a separate, vulnerable form that can be harmed by an outside cause or a separate world. So all the thoughts were based on that illusion. It was like based on survival mode and separation. I have a form, or I am the body. Imagine the thoughts of, like, from the perspective of your true nature of yourself, that there are no bodies. I am infinite consciousness, and everything I think and come in contact with is myself. Everyone I speak to is myself. So the perceptions change, and sometimes it can appear gradual, where it's like getting acclimated, or it's starting to line up because with your experience. So the experience matches the thoughts and perception. But it can appear to turn everything upside down and inside out. It's like the opposite of how you saw everything. So there's first the recognition, the nature of that which knows my experience, the nature of the mind. Then there's the inclusion part. So there's the exclusion, where you go within and you see yourself, awareness sees itself, and you're like, oh my God, I'm not the character or the body. And this whole, I'm dreaming this world. I'm the one dreaming. And then there's turning back around to experience, seeing that you pervade and permeate all of it. It is you. It's all made of you as this pure, formless, impersonal consciousness. So there's the exclusion, and then the inclusion, and then it's whole, you know, and nothing separate from you. So you're not scared of thoughts. You're not resisting sensations, and it can appear gradual, like a gradual homecoming, where things are being integrated and where you're just resting into yourself. And yay, we can chat. And hey, Grace. Yay.
Hi, Habibi.
Hey, Habibi. How's it going?
Yeah, it's good. I really I love what you're saying about like something about the experience. It's not really matching the thoughts, the
Mm,
ideas, which is I've been sitting with this for a few days, like uh, because when I like when you say it doesn't have any qualities, this presence, so um it doesn't feel like uh, or look like appealing if there is nothing to refer to. It's just nothing.
mhm. Yeah.
And I am noticing more and more how there is like it's like I'm to some extent I'm still interested in the content of the mind. That's why
Mm-hmm.
um, this it has been like back and forth journey for me. It feels that
Mm-hmm.
there is a value I'm seeing, like the story has a weight, and yeah, so it's just like somehow okay, I like somehow I'm trying to invite myself to be interested in what's observing this,
Mm-hmm.
and to see the value rather because it can be very quick when I get hooked in the story. And
Mm-hmm.
sometimes I know it's not me getting hooked, it's the mind. For example, yesterday night, I spent the whole night with very intense mental activities. It felt overwhelming. Like, so, okay, like, and I kept wanting to invite myself to notice this, okay, notice this, notice that. But just even the invitation to do this felt like too much, as it felt like it's another mental activity. And so I said, I just let it be. Okay, then maybe I'm going to spend the night with this loop of obsession and just be it. And um, so it happened actually after intense experience I had yesterday with a musical band. So yeah, so and when I woke up, I saw the invitation from you to this. So I felt like, okay, this is aligning for me to come here to challenge this again and again.
Yeah, when you really investigate experience, what is there? But awareness. All you can find is awareness, aware of itself, and that's all there is. Yeah, it's amazing once you contemplate it. It's like, wow, I haven't really experienced anything. And none of it's amazing. That's how powerful you are is omnipotence. That you can imagine this and wow. And all there
Yeah,
is you, is
yeah, it feels
awareness.
like somehow imagining how limited I am, like I can be. All this drama story.
Yeah, let's look at the story because even the story, when you close your eyes and imagine the story, what is there to the story but the knowing of it? So then if you break it apart, all there is awareness. Like try to separate awareness from the story. And what is the story appearing in? It would have to appear in something that
Mm.
you're experiencing. And notice how the story appears and disappears. Like have a thought right now about the story and watch it appear and disappear. Where did it go? So it appeared in your awareness and disappeared in your awareness, but you remained. You as awareness, as formless, infinite consciousness.
Actually, I love what you said about like it's all me talking to myself. When you
Yeah.
say it's all the one being that's just communicating with itself. It's just hallucination. So on
Mm-hmm.
some level, I wanted to have all this. Um, I don't know even what to call it now. Experience. I wanted to experiment with this hallucination.
Mm-hmm.
Um, uh, um, yeah, the weight of the story sometimes feels like something about reasoning. Like I want to convey an idea to someone else. This is usually repeated drama. I want really to get my point to the other side. It's always too much work. It doesn't work, and it ends with in conflict. So there is this. So I'm curious here, like to see always this repeated hallucination of conflict in communication. So yeah, on some level, I am interested in this conflict.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, what you resist persists. It'll keep coming up to test you until you um basically integrate it. So which is just like when you investigate even into the resistance of it, what is there to resistance except besides the knowing of it? So once again, you land as all there is awareness. So all there is, so even that discomfort or the sensation of effort is just mental activity. It's just a sensation appearing and disappearing in pure consciousness. So you never actually have ever experienced effort or
Love this.
isn't that funny? When you really investigate, it's
Oh,
crazy.
yes, it's so
It's too
crazy.
easy. It's too easy and simple and
So I've never experienced effort. So who is experiencing effort? So all this tension I'm feeling, what is that? It's not like
yeah,
I'm,
so close your eyes and experience effort or something that triggers that sensation.
I'm right now. I'm feeling a little heavy in my mind, like in my head. I mean, like some headachy. So because of spending the whole night uh, efforting. So you are
So
inviting me
go in it.
just to.
So go into that sensation right now. So close your eyes and without thought about it, without labeling it, reference to an idea or belief. What is it?
Yeah. Yeah, it's hard to give it a name by the through the mind. So it's just it's confusing to the mind. It's just space.
Yeah, it's just empty awareness. That's all it is.
So
I mean, just like a newborn baby that's never had a thought or reference to an experience doesn't
yeah,
know that it has a body. It doesn't know that there's a body.
yeah.
But if there's like a headache, it's just a sensation appearing in empty field of awareness. It's just without label, without labeling, because there is no head, there is no body.
So for me, okay, like okay, wanting somehow basically to okay, this is the space. Okay, so what? Somehow I, I don't know. Like okay, there is. Mm, yeah, just let me see, sit with feel this.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, everything dissolves into yourself as pure
I mean,
awareness.
in another way, I want to say I love this body. I love this manifestation. I love this. When I say I love, it's another way to say something in me is interested in this game, in this toy, in this whatever you want to call it. So it's like okay, being the space, there is no reference at all. It's just nothing, and somehow, um, okay, then what? Something. Okay, then what? So what about my toys?
Yeah, it's the joy of being, because you needed that reference point as the unmanifest to manifest yourself, to imagine yourself. So through this reference point, you can recognize yourself as the infinite and experience yourself as God. You can
You mean which
actually
reference point? Which reference point?
to what you're not, but
Okay.
yeah, like dreaming what you're not, basically. Because you're formless, you're infinite, you don't have qualities, and then dreaming the qualities, the finite sensations, you as the infinite consciousness can experience yourself. So you want to dream this.
Yeah.
This is
Like
fun.
even so this effort about like something to do with the theme of respect, of being heard, of like even like coming to Canada and learning all these things about human rights, how to really like also trauma awareness and how to really like yeah, it's just something about so it's all within the same game. Like it's not even about trying to be heard or respected. It's just me imagining this. I don't even need to
Yeah.
convince anyone of my, like, what happened yesterday in the band. It was really, I find it really ridiculous and crazy, like something that doesn't make sense. Why they are arguing about this? Me trying to say something otherwise and finding this defense, feeling this defense from them and feeling shut off more than one time. I lose my interest in even wanting to like to play music in this. Like I don't want to be with those people who keep shutting me off. I don't
Hmm.
feel fun with this. And at the same time, something in me wants to go through this experience of wanting to learn how to shut up and stop trying to defend, because like the very effort of trying to be heard, uh, uh, I'm tired of that. So I don't know, something in me doesn't want to keep trying to convince people of something that it feels like somehow it's even ridiculous journey. Like something
Yeah,
in me
so
is bruised. What
that's
is
just a
that that's
dream.
bruised?
Yeah, it's amazing because that was all a dream. It was kind of like you're talking about a dream last night that you had in your sleep. Like it's so like when you wake up from the dream, you're like, "Oh, wow, that didn't even not only did that not happen, but it was all my mind." So I was all those people. I was all the
Yeah.
instruments. I was the room. I was the world, the whole space. It was all my consciousness. So I'm not separate from it.
Wow.
And this is the crazy part is not only that, but you realize that you weren't actually in the dream. You weren't located in the dream. It was a projection of your mind. So the dream was in your mind. So the whole world and all the people were in your mind. So you're not
Wow.
even in this dream right now. The one that's hearing this voice, the one that knows this voice is not in the body.
This is amazing. If we can do it experientially right now, rather than speaking about something that happened right now,
Yeah.
it's just you are me talking to me. Like and
Yeah.
this people who are on the Zoom, we are just like it's just me or
Yeah.
this
Isn't that a relief?
whatever is
That's
that.
such a relief. Yeah.
So
And
even if someone suddenly shocks me with an opinion that doesn't make sense to me, and I feel like I don't understand how come this idea came to their mind in the first place. Like sometimes it's too overwhelming for me to try to understand, like to navigate conflict or other minds, because sometimes it's not like I would even anticipate where, like, how come even this idea is popping up in another person and I am being met.
because it's you, there is no other
Yeah, it's
mind.
crazy. Why would I do
Yeah.
that to myself?
Well, I used to say that too. And then I changed the projection because the more I integrated, the more I went in, I made love to whatever I was resisting. I would target, I would pinpoint whatever I was resisting, and I would sit there and intimately be it. So much so that it dissolved within me. You can't even hold on to it. Like right now, even take what you're resisting, which is being heard. So you're resisting being heard,
I'm resisting not being heard, you mean? Like, I want to
which
be
is both.
heard.
I know, but that's you're
Yeah, yeah,
resisting being heard by resisting
yeah,
not
yeah.
being heard. Yeah.
Right, right. Yeah,
Okay.
it's a loop. Yeah.
Yeah. So even right now, go into that, close your eyes and go into that feeling of not being heard and that frustration or whatever arises without thought, just feeling it intimately, being that feeling. Notice that you can't separate awareness from that feeling. All there is to that feeling is the knowing of it, is pure knowing, is pure consciousness.
So
So
when
you're
you say,
appearing to yourself as that feeling. It's not separate from you. Everything appearing is you as consciousness. It's dividing it is what makes it uncomfortable, or separating it, or saying it's wrong, or saying no to experience is what suffering is,
hmm,
which is appearing to yourself in your own mind as a subject and an object, which you can't be. You can't separate yourself. So just even feeling that sensation intimately, without thought, without resistance, integrates it, and then it doesn't come up anymore. It just wants to be made love to.
So does this mean also apply, like even when usually the resistance come with the charge of imagining the person who said that awful thing to me? So if when you say like you would even be intimate with what you are resisting, does this apply also? I can even allow my mind to imagine that guy who said that thing to me and just really receive it and don't resist it and just like really, really feel what he said and really
Well, just like
agree with what he said, or I
no,
don't know.
just no, just like the dream at night when you wake up from the dream. Okay, imagine that guy. So that was a dream. So then you're
Mm.
waking up from the dream and you're like, oh, wow, there wasn't really a guy or a body, or there weren't any bodies or world. It was just my mind. And so I was appearing as all those characters, talking to myself in the dream. So that can even be laughable, you know? It's like I kept catching myself because I would slip. Kind of like being at the movie theater, watching the movie. You're not in the movie, and then all of a sudden you're on the edge of the seat. You're totally involved and you forgot yourself. Yeah, it's the same thing. And I would just catch it every time. I was very vigilant and then gentle with it too. I wasn't, and I would just be aware of the sensation without thought and just swallow it whole, just integrate it within myself. And even if you do an experiment where you're feeling that hardcore resistance or frustration of not being heard or whatever the guy said, if you're focused so hard on with pure awareness as yourself, as pure awareness on that feeling, try to hold on to it, try to keep it there. And you'll notice you can't. It disappears when you're aware of it.
Yeah,
You're like in
actually,
an
yeah, it's like when you
incinerator.
consciously, yeah, it's like when you
Yeah,
consciously choose it.
yeah, because you are the pure subjectivity, the no thing, the unmanifest. So you swallow everything that you've manifested when you're aware of being aware of it. It can't hold up to your, investigation. And you can see that all there is yourself as awareness. That's all there is. So there wasn't really a guy, at the place. There's just you as awareness.
So I was about to send them email to present my idea in from different angle. And I after I wrote the email, I felt I'm just writing the email to myself. Do I really even need to send it? Like if I really I felt like somehow, okay, from my perspective, I feel this is very common sense. Why I even need to keep communicating this to them? And anyway, on the human level, it feels we need to do some action to convey ideas to other people. But something in me felt like, I don't know, it's been repeated theme that sometimes I don't even need to, I mean, I've been experimenting with this. Sometimes I don't even say anything to someone and the solution is resolved on itself. Like
Yes,
somehow they get me without even saying that. So,
exactly. Yeah.
something in
Because
me
it's
felt
all your
okay.
mind.
Because you get it.
Yeah. Yeah. When you don't need to convince yourself, there's no one else to convince. Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah, so I was thinking, do I need to go on to another round of convincing them? And something in me felt this is very humiliating. Am I gonna show up to the performance and end up like with that piece of the music not really playing me because it's crazy for me not to play music. I mean, because I am participating in the whole program, but there is one piece that there was argument about which instrument I was gonna play, and then he said really very abruptly, like,
Hmm.
Grace, we don't need you. Like, I said, okay, fuck. Just tell me we don't need this instrument. Like, but the way you said it, okay, you don't need me. Maybe I don't. and of course, like somehow, like something, like it felt like something bruised in me. Like, okay, like
Okay.
it's like
Because it was because you were identifying as the body Grace, the character Grace,
yeah,
which you're the one that knows the character Grace, the one that's dreaming this. So you're not, there's no one to get offended
yeah.
because
Actually,
Would
you're,
it's
God get
interesting.
offended by that?
hmm?
Sorry.
Would God or Source get offended by that comment?
Yeah, it's really interesting because on the spot, the way I responded, it was very present, and I told him there is, there is a more kind way. I wasn't really like fighting. I was just telling him, you know what, there is more kind way to tell me we don't need this instrument in this piece.
Mm-hmm.
But the way you speak doesn't really sound kind to me. And I really felt good in the moment. Everything felt so right in the moment that I spoke my truth. I said everything fine. It was just like as usual when I feel it's backlash, when my mind gets back like to tell me like, okay, the whole thing felt off. And usually it's afterward drama for me.
Yeah, you'll keep dreaming that to wake yourself up from the dream. So when you keep resisting it, you'll keep bringing it up in different scenes in the dream, like with different characters doing the same thing until you respond differently, until you're non-resistant and and laugh at it and see it as as yourself as pure consciousness. That's all there is. There's no boogeyman out there. It's kind of like sitting in a room by yourself, arguing with yourself, like punching the air.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly. Oh, actually, it's starting to feel more lucid dream recently. Like on some level, I feel I am doing all of that to myself. Yeah, it feels like
yeah.
something in me wants to shut me off because something in me wants to do the whole show on my own. So so something in me feels like, is it possible that I just like be participant sometime, not really wanting to make it perfect. I don't have to. Yeah, so I don't know if this is pride that I'm trying to challenge in me, if this is ego. Uh, yeah, I don't know what is that. It feels like somehow, yeah, something in me doesn't want to be identified with this character anymore.
Everything's always perfect. Really. You just, it's so weird. It's you start with doing little things and then it's like I'm never late. I'll stub my toe and laugh. I'll I'll go outside and the perfect birds will come around. It's always sunny. The flowers are blooming and it's just everything is just seems to be so perfect.
Yeah. And
And
you can notice that, Grace. You can notice
yeah,
you're like,
Yeah,
wow, this was the perfect timing for this. And I then you figure out
exactly.
that everything that's you're experiencing, you want because
Hmm.
it's yeah, yeah, it's amazing.
And grace, when another thing, an analogy, if you want to look at it, I mean, your experience is like a screen or uh, a mirror, and you can't change anything by wiping the mirror. It's all like Ginny says, it's all done from inside, and regardless of how that reflection reacts to you, it's you reacting to yourself. So if someone was to say something that bothers you, then it's something that it, if you were to know that you were the creator of everything that you experience, why would it bother you?
yeah.
It's just
Hmm.
like fuck it.
Yeah, yeah, honestly, there is something in me who just wants to have fun and stop really being offended with oh my God. Yeah, it's like, oh, can I just have fun with this life experience, whatever is it like, and just let everything be. Like, let everyone just say whatever they
Yeah.
want to be, whatever they want to do, be, or I want to be myself. Like, I'm tired of censoring what I want to say or do
Yeah,
so
you want to go wild. Yeah, and so like that tantric quality of this that every time those come up where you're because can habitually come up for a while to test you, and then right in that moment, just be completely aware without thought, just total presence. You're being it, and whatever you're being disappears because you're infinite, unmanifest, empty potential. So whatever you're aware of being aware of, you swallow whole, you integrate within yourself as the
Yeah.
absolute. So it's a homecoming. So experiment with that each time it comes up, and it could happen throughout the day, just every time. Be aware, be it intimately, be that sensation. Notice that you can't even separate awareness from the sensation. It is infinite, unqualified, formless awareness. So it just dissolves.
This is like a love affair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, with yourself. And it's beautiful because you'll notice progress. You'll notice the test comes up again, and then there's neutrality. And then you didn't get triggered. You didn't resist it. Because I'm trying to think of there was a few times where I noticed a big difference. There were like two tests that I kept bringing up to myself, and I finally passed the test. And I remember being surprisingly neutral to it. I couldn't even feel that resistance or sensation that I used to have with it. And then I knew that it was integrated, and then it didn't come up again. So then I didn't dream another character presenting that to myself, dream myself as that to integrate. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Wow. Thank you for sharing. I mean, something is opening up for sure now. Something it's like, oh, things are coming together.
Yeah.
So yeah, it feels like so on some level it feels like somehow even the story will start to make sense, right?
Mm-hmm.
Very much.
Yeah.
So basically the story it's not just nonsense going. I mean, it can even be like rearranged, but we don't need to try to solve the story. We just step away from the story, and the story will rearrange itself in a way that makes sense. But it's gonna be
Yeah.
the byproduct of seeing,
You're
right?
right. You're right. So it's like a side effect of being aware of being aware. So basking, resting in yourself as pure awareness without thought, just pure being. Everything gets worked out. You didn't have to do anything but be. There's no effort. It's completely effortless. Like, you cannot work this out with the mind. It makes it worse. It can never be worked out with the mind. You can't work out a thought with another thought. It's actually the cessation of thoughts that works out the thought. So it's amazing. It's too easy. Just by simply being, by basking in yourself as pure presence, pure beingness takes care of everything. And then you see clearly, and you didn't even have to do anything to see clearly. It you know, just by being.
Mm.
And then everything lightens up, you could say. It's lighter. There's no, even the sensation or feeling of density was just perception, was mental, is awareness vibrating within itself as, a vibration, a frequency, or but all it is you as awareness appearing to yourself as a sensation. It's completely harmless. Everything is yourself as God. Everything's formless and infinite.
It truly is a thought and imagination.
Mm-hmm.
It's, you had mentioned earlier
Your voice,
the,
Brent, is a bit muffled.
sorry, is that
Yeah,
better?
yeah,
Uh,
much better.
the you had mentioned earlier, Ginny, that it can be gradual, and I have had the in your face at one point, and then it turned gradual, and it's just getting really crazy these days. And it's exciting to know basically anything you can think of or imagine can actually be part of your experience. Like, it's just, music is very powerful these days. Oh, emotions are just taking over sometimes, and it's incredible. I'll be doing something, and then all of a sudden I'll just start this wave of I'll just break down crying, and then I'll just start laughing, and it's just a
Yeah, I
release
did that
of
today.
energy. And
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I can just sit there and think, or not think, it just almost neutralize everything and just be. And it gets so sensual, like it's just bliss, because you're just you're just being.
Mm-hmm.
And for example, like, I'm watching a movie right now. It's called Bulletproof Monk, and the he's protecting a scroll that will allow a human to do anything he wants to. And I'm like, of course. And the guy's like, air, you breathe air, it fills your lungs. Air is just like land. Like, he goes, you can walk on air. And I'm like, yes, you can. It's just because it's just imagination. I can't wait to
Mm-hmm.
fly.
Yeah.
I really can't wait to fly.
Yeah, the more you sink into yourself as the one that knows this experience, as the one that's hearing this voice, this felt sense of self, this pure beingness, pure consciousness that is obviously ageless, bodiless, genderless, that's just eternal, never dies. And you're like, holy shit, that's what everything is. There is nothing physical that can die. And then there's that invulnerability of abiding as the absolute that's dreaming this. You don't even have a body, so you do feel invincible. You feel like you can do anything. You are
Mhm.
everything. You are literally everything. You're pervading and appearing as this experience. This experience is made of you. It's
Mhm.
all yourself. So it is intimate. It is home. It is safe. It's safe. You know, it's like you're always home. You're always this right now. There's nothing that needs to happen to attain this. You already are. It's already done. And now it's just have fun. You know, it's like have fun with your dream.
Happy
Yeah.
dream.
Hmm?
Happy dream.
Yay. Yeah, so everything you said, Grace, is inevitable. You said you're ready to have fun. Well, that's this right now. And even this awareness, even bringing all this to attention is transmuting it. It transcends it. It's already done. So there's nothing, no work to do. There's nothing you need to work out. It's just like go wild right now. Go have fun. Yeah. And you'll
So
notice.
even when something feels confusing to understand, I don't need to get it. I'm just like gonna shift my attention from it.
Yeah, because it's so funny. If you leave the thought alone, it leaves you alone. When you witness the thought, it just disappears. When you resist it, it gets louder because you are it. You're appearing as so. What you resist persists because you are everything. So it'll bang on your door to come home. It'll scream. You know, if you're resisting it and saying no to it, avoiding it, or it's just like surrender. Come and get me. drown me, you know?
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
why I'm like, make love to it, fucking,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah. So yes.
Because when you are it, it disappears. So when you're one with everything intimately, and I'm talking about even pain. I sent a message to the our WhatsApp group that was like, when you feel pain intimately, like when you're fully being it, you can't feel it anymore. It's so bizarre. It was that it was that resistance, that subject object perspective, which you're appearing as both to yourself. You're localizing yourself in your own mind as your own consciousness, you know, as both object and subject. But when you divide it like that, it feels uncomfortable. But when you're one with it, it can feel like ecstasy because it's all you. There's no separation.
I just want to mention that Holly says hi.
Oh, yay!
She's off on an adventure.
Oh,
Um,
good. On her retreat.
yeah,
Great.
but Grace, you had mentioned earlier that you were tired and you just wanted to be you and have fun. But it's the fear of it's the fear of letting loose and being yourself, and you know who you are, but you've held back so many for so long, and it's you're even say talking to Holly, she's like, I just want to say certain things to certain people, same with me, and it's the fear of the response. But as Ginny's mentioned many times, once you don't have to be convinced, it's I mean, it's just you. You'll get, I
Yeah.
mean, what kind of response are you going to get? It's going to be the response that you want. It doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter because everything is you.
It's your projection. Yeah.
It's a projection.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's actually there is a lot of, I think I'm noticing a lot of fear about not wanting to be misunderstood, but like
Hmm.
misunderstood, but like which is again like what you said, like fear of response because I'm attached to a certain response, like or yeah.
But if you knew it was you and you knew what you were trying to say, the other person's going to know exactly what you're trying to say. That's how I see it. It's a perfect reflection. If you stand and know who you are or what you are and know what the reflection is, then the response will be the perfect response. You know who you are. You are everything.
Hmm.
It's having to know that though. That's
Yeah. When you,
that's the hard part.
yeah,
Yeah.
when the misidentification gets sorted out, like when you recognize yourself as pure consciousness, that the one dreaming this that doesn't have a body or a form or a characteristic, that's dreaming all the characters in the world, you know, appearing to yourself, dreaming yourself as everything. That was when um so it was because that I that I was referring to my whole life is the pure awareness, the pure knowing, the pure immortal being that we are, the pure presence, the intelligence being that we are, the one that knows this experience, the one that is non-objective, that you can't see because you're not an object. You can only be it, you know. Um, when I recognized, when consciousness saw itself, recognized itself as not the one that it's dreaming, but the one that's dreaming. When I
It's not the one,
realized
sorry, say that again.
it's
Like
not the one that it's dreaming, so you're not so you're dreaming the character Grace, you're dreaming all these characters on the screen. You're the one dreaming, the one that knows this
mhm.
experience, the one that's aware, which it doesn't have a form or body, infinite, you know, this pure consciousness, this felt sense I am, I. What you've been referring to your whole life is I. That's pure awareness. But it got mixed up with because you as pure awareness dreaming this or imagining these bodies, you identified as the body, and so then you appeared to limit yourself as, I'm limited to this character and I'm finite, and so then you forget yourself. But then when you remember yourself, consciousness sees itself. That's when I first realized, oh my God, I'm not Jenny. I'm not what I thought I was. I'm not the body. I'm not the character. I'm not even inside the body. I don't even need a body. There are no bodies. This is all formless, infinite consciousness. There is no physical matter or form. There is no world. I'm God dreaming this. That's when I went buck wild, because when I thought I was the form and the character, I thought there was a separate world that I needed to impress or someone to convince or get approval by, but then when I realized what we are, that this is not even really happening. This is your God dreaming this. And there's nothing separate from you. There's only yourself as awareness, as pure being. That's when, when it seemed to be uninhibited, when I didn't care what people thought, because there were no other people.
It's amazing not to care what other people think. That's
Yeah.
that's
When you
freedom.
don't care, other people don't care. It's
It was
that's one
you.
of the things. Exactly. Like someone could come up to me right now and say something, and I'd be like, okay. Like it's just it just kind of bounces off you. It's like if you are everything and you create everything, you wouldn't there's no limits. There's no
Mm-hmm.
limit. But it's the it just hasn't got to the point yet in my seems like my story or my experience where I can actually do it either. It's or because it'd be like what I do in my dreams. Like you teleport, you visit other worlds that don't exist. It's all imagination. Like
Mm-hmm.
it's everything
And
is
when
made up.
yeah. And when you don't resist that quality of caring or of being inhibited, when you're being one with it, just seeing yourself as everything just neutralizes it.
Yeah.
So then it just softens. And then, yeah.
And more doors open. The more you test it, the more things open up, and it's just like you're feeding yourself confidence, and it's just all of a sudden the gates just open and you go skateboarding naked.
Yeah, I was about to say that's how I celebrated because
Exactly.
yeah, when I realized I wasn't the character, that none of this is even happening. And then I felt, damn, I can do anything so that I'm skateboarding naked.
Great
Yeah.
example.
Yeah. Yeah, this is beyond intimacy, you know, when you really investigate your experience.
What comes to mind is it's really funny. What I'm seeing now is that uh, I have been wanting many times just to do my own musical project. And my friend who invited me to this band, actually, who formed this band, she has been encouraging, like one of the many people who has been telling me, Grace, come on, like do your own thing, do your like show, do your like record your music, you can do it. And I haven't been really feeling it fully. And because something is still not integrated fully in me, something, it felt like something, I don't want this to come from a place of the limited me, the egoic me. I don't know. It didn't feel it was blooming yet. So what I am gathering now, I feel somehow on some level, I formed this band to communicate something to myself, something I don't know, in another way to say it, to toughen up, to like, yeah, I don't
Yeah.
know. I don't know. Yeah, it's just something in me wants to like to own it in a way that uh, yeah,
And you
just
wouldn't have
like
known that otherwise. So you dreamed that to show yourself what you want and what you don't want, you know? For the
yeah,
reference points. So we dream all of these
yeah,
reference points.
because it's still challenging for me, like playing with other musicians when we are not in harmony together. So we need to click on some level, even as a human beings. So so it's still not my preference to play with those people in particular. I mean, I don't mean all of them, but there is still some preference here. That okay, this is not even my music style. Most of the stuff I still have
Mhm.
some preference, but it's not yet manifesting in that sense.
Mhm. Yeah, that's beautiful. It's like fine tuning itself, like intuitive.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
am the
and intuition
instrument.
knows. Mhm.
What do you play, Grace?
I
What
play
instrument do you
mainly
play?
guitar, but I am multi-instrumentalist, so I play oud also, which is Middle Eastern
Yeah, it's
instrument. I
beautiful.
Yeah.
I play also hand drums. I play some certain types of flute. So I always like to discover new music. I love music. That's why it drove me crazy that in that that piece, I'm being asked. I will be the only musician who will be asked to sit without playing anything. What? Then I was saying maybe I need just to enjoy the presence as a music, like
Yeah,
just
you
be
were
the
giving yourself
music,
a timeout.
like be the
Yeah,
music.
exactly.
Yeah,
What did you say, Jenny?
you were giving yourself a timeout.
Yeah, or time in. I don't know what is
To,
that.
yeah, to contemplate, to realize, yeah.
Yeah, I
Mhm.
don't know. I don't know what is that. It feels, it feels still. Okay, I don't want to talk about it. I don't know. Is it avoidance if I don't want to talk about it anymore? No. There is some charge. There is some charge here. I don't
Just
know.
make love to that charge.
Yeah, okay.
Make it your lover.
Yeah, thank you guys.
Thank you.
This is so crazy.
Yes.
It is. It's so trippy.
It
Brent,
is.
are
Yeah.
you into music?
I
You play?
love music. And that's one of the things I have always had a dream of, and I keep saying to myself, I'm going to know how to play every song perfectly using any instrument. And why not?
Oh,
Why not?
Cool.
wow.
Right?
Do it. Yeah, that's
And
fun.
I love music. It's so powerful these days. And even more knowing
Mm-hmm.
it just, and the first time back to a, um, a live concert was Blue Rodeo. And it was I'm from Canada as well. And it just, I was high at the time, but it was like it was in me. Like it was so
Mm-hmm.
powerful. I was
Yeah.
sitting there, I was crying. I'm just like, oh my, I could feel the bass. I'm just like, I am this music. And it
Yes.
was at the point where I had no idea what was going on. It was
Yeah.
early
Yeah,
in the,
there's no subject object that
oh
collapses and it's just pure being,
yeah,
intimacy. Yeah.
it was amazing. Amazing.
Wow.
So yeah, I just love music, all
Me too.
music. Yeah.
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 I really appreciate, I always tell people that I really appreciate when sometimes if I'm performing and I notice some people are really savoring the music, I can't tell who is really
Mhm.
like enjoying the ride, like I really, so I always tell them that actually this presence of savoring music is music. You are musician as well.
Mhm.
So
Mhm.
like, so maybe also I'm invited to be in that experience of being in live music and not really have to, because it's all one, right? It's like, I
Mhm.
mean,
Yeah.
And maybe I am
It's
playing
all
music through
vibration.
my other bodies.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, but I have to say that there is still something here that it feels like, even now talking about it, to just to be really authentic, it feels like somehow uh, there is still something that feels like, okay, something is still, I don't know what is that. It's okay. I don't need to figure it out. I don't know.
Yeah,
Like
just
something, it
be,
feels a little bit bruised. Like, give me my instrument. Why you are like, yeah, it's something wants to cry.
just
I don't
feel
know.
it with, be aware without thought. Just
Yeah.
swallow
Okay,
that.
okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it feels
It'll
like
work
it's
out.
gonna come back.
Yeah,
So
just
sorry.
the more you're one with it, the more it dissolves within you and it doesn't come up again. Like when I realize I was one with it, that I am everything. So like welcoming everything, welcoming depression. When I welcomed depression, I didn't experience it anymore because it's allowed to be there.
Yeah.
And all that is resistance. All depression is resistance. So then when there's no resisting anything, there's just
Wow.
contentment.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, thank you for saying this. I feel like I'm seeing more and more like this this sense of the separate me, or the separate entity. It's actually a bunch of resistance, right? Like it's just like
Exactly.
resistance, resistance,
Yeah,
resistance,
which
resistance.
where is that appearing in? It has to be appearing in something. What is it? What is it that knows that? Is the absolute singularity that's can't be separate. So there are no separate entities or beings or people.
And resistance can be synonymous with fear. I don't want this pain. Well, the pain's going to be there, but if you don't if you don't pay it any attention, or as Ginny says, swallow it or whatever, make love to it, it disappears. It's because
Mm-hmm.
you allow it. You allow it. Just be, just
Yeah, you're
be
one.
your authentic self. Just be, be what,
Mm-hmm.
just be.
Yeah.
It's
The more I basked in this pure presence, pure consciousness, I am, this sense of I exist, this sense of self, aliveness, consciousness, it just dissolves everything. Everything is it, and that's all you can see, and then there is nothing to resist. There is nothing. There never has been anything separate. That was just a thought that was a thought that was, being resisted. And just like the nightmare at night, resistance is the refusal to accept it is real. That's what wakes you up from the dream. So resistance appears to divide, but it's also the catalyst to waking up.
Mm.
So it's inevitable because you're singular. So you can't hide from yourself for long. You can't, it just gets more and more obvious.
and what's even more crazy is there's no time. Everything, everywhere, all at
Yeah.
once. It's that's the
Yeah.
crazy part. Everything's happened. Your whole life is happening right now. Everything, everything. I watched Jurassic Park last night and I'm like, I can't wait to see a dinosaur. I, I love dinosaurs, and dinosaurs, they're right here, right now.
That's
Like
awesome.
I'm gonna ride a Tyrannosaurus Rex.
That's hilarious.
Yeah. And it's like that Lucy movie. Like I've watched it a couple times and it's just like she travels and it's just a movie. She travels back in time and she sees dinosaurs. And I'm like, yeah, that's right.
Yeah, you can do anything. You're
Yeah.
you're infinite
That's it's
consciousness.
I watch movies these days and it's like, this is so unbelievable. And I'm like, yes, because it can be. It's an imagination. That's what movies are made from, based on. Just like life. It's just
It's
imagination.
artistic, very artistic.
That's
Yeah, this
exactly
is
it. It's
art. This is,
having exactly
yeah,
creation, having fun,
yeah. You want it, you're the
experiencing.
unmanifest, you know,
Oh, okay.
with the joy of manifesting yourself and creating yourself. There's this joy for creating and being and manifesting and yeah. And so then
And you
it's
really
just
can do anything.
yeah, can't go wrong. Can never die. What a relief. Invincible.
You know what I'm hearing now? That even this resistance, it wants to come home. Like,
It
uh,
does.
yeah, because I feel like what I'm seeing now is there was always this charge against my resistance. Like I learned from early age to shame myself for the resisting,
Oh
and
yeah, it's
and
resisting,
it was
resisting.
always sorry.
Yeah, resisting, resisting.
Yeah, and it was manifested in the voice of my parents or like my people around me, gaslighting me or bullying me or like telling me stuff to tell me
Mhm.
how awful that I'm resisting something. Like so,
Mhm.
it added more layers of shame that
Mhm.
there is something really bad about me always disliking things or not really agreeing with things.
That's what we wanted though. That's because we're the entire pure infinite consciousness appearing within yourself as this unique perspective of yourself so that you can experience yourself as the totality of the universe. So you want this to appear unique. So you want to have those like looking through a unique aperture at yourself, like all of that is beautiful and that is what makes it beauty and art and that is the art, the unique perspective, the unique um yeah. And I was
And
going
it's
to
all
say
a story.
something too
Sorry.
about the what did you say?
It's all a story. Everything you think you are is a story you tell yourself about yourself.
Hmm. Which you can tell yourself any kind of story.
Exactly. That's the
You
whole,
can
that's
change
where
the whole,
shit changes.
yeah, you can change the whole memory of the past because it didn't even happen. It's all malleable. It's empty potential. It can be anything. So the another thing about resistance, if I was going to say also make love to that sensation, that feeling of resistance, um, and integrate it and just be one with it, and it dissolves. But resistance is pretty cool because it's the intuition alarming an error, just like fear is. It's an intuition alarming an error. But notice that when there's resistance, it's a thought appearing in pure consciousness that is not in alignment with your experience. So you're infinite, you're limitless. And when there's a thought that's telling you that you're limited, there's a pushback, there's a alarm system that goes off. And so it just gives you the opportunity to investigate, and to integrate and neutralize, to up level. It's based everything that you're dreaming is what you want to transcend.
Well,
Mm.
yeah, so just meeting again what you said earlier, like it's not even like this expression of this uniqueness, it's gonna again be a byproduct of realizing who we are. It's not
Yeah.
like because I'm trying to be unique or like express myself uniquely. No, it's gonna be when I know that I am not that, I
Uh-huh.
will allow that.
Yes, exactly. And then the character is wild and is like full highest potential that it could possibly be. So all of the qualities and the characteristics get amplified times a million or something. Like that was the first thing I noticed. I was like, all the shit that I was holding back was like totally free. And it was So yeah, the character will blossom, and you know, there'll be qualities that you didn't even know were there that are being expressed. Yeah. And you don't give yourself any limits anymore because you know you're the absolute. You're infinite. You can do anything and be anything. So then you think that way. So then you, just like I was saying before, the perception and the way you relate changes, the thoughts change. So imagine how different the thoughts would be from first being, I'm a separate finite object that's like wimpy and powerless, um, and vulnerable and living in a separate world that can harm me, to holy shit, I'm the source of the universe. How different are the thoughts? You know what I mean? You don't play small anymore. You can even experience not even being able to have a fear because there is no separation. There is nothing harmful. And then things can change too. Like I used to be a health freak or whatever, to there is no body or food. This is just empty, my empty awareness tasting itself. So there's nothing to defend or protect, or you know, like that survival mode kind of falls away. And so then imagine being so fearless and limitless that all of a sudden you're packing your instruments in your car and you're being the gypsy that you wanted to be. You're traveling randomly to this, you don't even know where you're going. You're just driving and you're laughing and you're singing down the road. And then you end up at this cool ass location with these fucking cool dream characters. And then you collaborate and you're like, let's have a concert. And I'm going to be the composer and I'm the only one, you know, in charge. And then you're just, yeah, free to be, free to explore.
Free
It's
to
your
be, free
playground.
to be all the crazy stuff that.
Yeah. Yeah, because
That's
this is a
right.
celebration. This life is just holy shit. You're infinite. You can do anything. And
Wow, this is all like music now, what we are doing here.
yeah, it
It's
is.
a
Oh, I just
musical
had
band.
chills.
There is so much harmony.
Yeah.
You know, I really find it really amazing, Jenny, that you messaged me today
Mm,
about this meeting.
I've been meaning to add
Everything.
you to the WhatsApp group so you can have all the links. I'm sorry that
Wow.
I keep
Wow.
remembering, and then something will come up to distract, but I'll send that today.
Yeah,
That
thank you so much. Wow.
Thank you.
Everything
Yeah.
happens for a reason, and it's always for you, not to you. It's so perfect.
It's so
It really
perfect.
is so perfect.
It's all so divine. Even the shit that you thought you didn't want, you realize,
Yeah,
holy shit, that led to this led to that, and this, and look at this, you know, and it's
exactly.
like, and I realized that from that, and I transcended that because of that. And so it's all a gift to yourself as pure awareness, you know, so it's all you appearing to yourself to simply just bask and be in your infinite beingness, to realize yourself as the infinite, to recognize yourself through the reference point of contrast, you know? So beautiful. Thank you guys.
Maybe
Love
I'm gonna
you.
see you next time in a concert or something.
I know. I dance every day, so I can't wait to dance live
And
with
since
your in
also
the
Brent
concert.
is into music, so I
Yeah,
get two musicians with me here.
Let's do
we'll probably
it.
start a band. We'll all start a band.
Yeah. Let's do it, and I'll dance at your concert.
I
How
would love to.
exciting. Oh,
I'm
that's my
going for an ice
favorite
cream
style.
cone now.
Sorry, Jenny?
You're that the God's non-duality band is what Jade said.
Oh,
Totally.
okay.
I love that. That's perfect. That's what we'll name it. Um yeah, the I don't remember, what did I say? I don't
Yeah,
even
I don't know. You were saying something about the band. I thought like you were saying something that I missed. Maybe for I don't know.
mm. Oh, that is my favorite style, the Middle Eastern, like the real sensual. Because
Yeah,
I
yeah,
love the tribal belly
yeah.
dancing, the tribal
But now
fusion.
actually, yeah, it's not only like my style is more expanding now into like North African and the
Wow.
Mediterranean. It's Mediterranean region basically. It's not just Middle Eastern. So
Wow. I want to
I can
hear it.
also blend things from Eastern European to North African.
Oh my
So
gosh, I want to
yeah,
hear
so
it.
that's my passion. Yeah.
Is it on your Instagram?
No, that's the thing is most of the things are not, but yeah.
Well, send me a sample or send me something soon. Okay,
Okay. Yeah, okay.
you're gonna go eat ice cream, Brent.
I am going to have an, yes, exactly. I'm going to have an ice cream. Yeah.
Yay. Life is ice cream.
It is. It is.
Tasting
Perfect.
itself.
Yeah.
Yay. All right, love you guys. Mwah. Talk
See you
soon.
guys later. See you
Bye.
next time.
Bye-bye.